Yo, hope you can hear me. Currently live. So today we want to focus on, as I said, we want to talk about news trading and the importance of it. So the topic specifies. You can see if you go to the topic, you see that it says talks about news trading and the importance of news trading in the market. So if you go to if you know if you're a beginner forex trader, there are a lot of news outlets for fundamentals. So basically, like, news trading is the act of trading the news. Like, like this is tomorrow news now. If you look at your screen, you can see that the first news would start by 12:50 a.m. this night, like this night. That and the Japanese session opens around that time, 1:30, 1. Yeah. That's when the Japanese session start building momentum around that time. So news trading starts around that time. We hope you can see me. The news trading starts around that time. So if you're a news trader, you would basically focus on trading news. So I want to show you how those that trade news, like those that trade NFP, um, those that say CPI, how they go about trading the news. So say um, high impact news. Basically, tomorrow all the news we have tomorrow are not high impact news. High impact news basically means that when crucial news is coming out, like the reserve chairman of the American Reserve Bank, with their central bank, when he comes out when he wants to make a speech, he comes out and he delivers a speech. Most traders or most times the market reacts to that news. But the issue with news trading is that it is a very short term trading. Like it's minutes, it's not up to 1 hour. So because price will obviously bounce on its level and continue to the upside. So that's how news trading work. So tomorrow you can see we are starting with the Japanese session, which is capital spending, and you can see as it's showing yellow here, you can see this yellow. It is showing here. This yellow means that it is not an high. It's not a high impact news. It's a very mild news. It won't have any major effect on the market. That is what it means. So almost all through tomorrow, those that trade news will obviously still the market. So let's look for high impact news. Let's go to next tomorrow, so Tuesday. So now we're in Tuesday now. So obviously, every market, the news always starts from the Japanese session, and it goes into the that's the Asian session, and it goes into London, then it goes into New York. So always starts from the Japanese session from 12 midnight or whatever. Then it starts coming down to Euro USD. This is the Euro session, the London session. That's when you see the European market start moving. Because this is the end of the week. Tomorrow is going to be the start of a new month. So we're going to start a new month from tomorrow, and respect, respect, respect the news. We expect traders to react to that news. So that's another one. So I'll show you an high impact news. So this, if you go to our Tuesday session on forexfactory.com, you can see the website here, forexfactory.com. You see that by 3 p.m. the the New York session, when it has kicked things deep into the New York, so not really deep, but it has started deep. You can see they have an ISM per factory PMI. This stuff showing red on those um, it is an high impact news. It means that it has the potential to move the market. but we're not expecting it to move the market like CPI or NF non-farm payroll. So the other one is the euro. Euro is when you see the euro news on Tuesday, you see that it's a low impact. It's not it's medium impact. That's why it's showing yellow on the screen. That it's for low impact news. Then for very low, sorry, for medium for low impact news, it's just showing outright yellow. This one is I don't know what color like all this now orange. And this is probably yellow. So that is mostly for news trading. News trading doesn't really hold. It doesn't. It tends to. It doesn't last as how will I say it? It doesn't last like it doesn't last like it doesn't last like news trading doesn't last. That's for news trading. Then, as the topic specifies, then we're done talking about news. So now we focus on the main topic of the day. The main topic is news and why discipline, patience, and waiting for confirmation is crucial in defining your trading edge. Good. So let's move to the chat. Let's move to the charts. Let's move to the charts. So and the chart down. So I just want to buttress on the fact that a lot of beginner traders, when they come into the market, they tend to focus on the money. You obviously born. I got born because I learned it the hard way. So I'm trying to prevent traders, that's beginner traders, prevent them from making the mistakes I made. Because me being in the market for more than 5 years is because I went at it by myself. I went at it. I just learned I basically learned from a broker because I didn't really go deep into strategy, edge, fixed management. Even the person that actually taught me trading said, taught me like he doesn't use stop loss. Some people can trade like that, like institutional traders, they don't really use stop loss. But you as a retail trader, your capital is very important. You need to protect it. You need to protect your capital, protect your psychology, protect your space as a beginner trader. And you need to know what you're focusing on. You can't just go into trading and you are just all over the place. You need to have what you focus on. That's why I would advise any beginner trader, please, if you are going to trading, look for a mentor. The mentor is someone who has done it, made the mistake, and now he has corrected those mistakes. That's what the mentor does. So the second one is patience. When you actually start trading, you notice that patience is this one, patience. You notice that patience is very, very important. You might not know as a beginner trader. You might by going to trading, you see the lifestyle from Instagram and you're all on YouTube and you be like, oh man, I want to buy the Lambo, I want to buy the Benz, I want to buy the Ferrari. Yeah, it's attainable. But as a beginner trader, look past it. You don't need to look at that. If you the moment you look at that and focus your mind there, that is the beginning of your downfall. You are going to really fail. I'm not trying to make you put it or you fail. Just know that you must fail. So with that said, and the one thing I advise beginner trader is focus on learning. It's intact. Your psychology is intact. You don't mess with it. Your headspace, trust me, your headspace is very important. You see someone going to trading, you think it's a 1 year something. It's not a 1 year something. You need to be very patient. You need to learn how to wait. You need to you need to you need to focus on growing and not on making money for your first year, 1 year. I'm telling you, first 1 year, first 2 years, focus on understanding price action. Focus on understanding the chart. Focus on those things that matter, like the most important thing. Do not focus on the money. The moment you focus on the money, that is the beginning of your end. As a beginner trader, don't focus on the money. But if you're a seasoned trader, you've gotten your edge, you're brushing it, you're trying to sharpen it, yes, then you're more likely like a break-even trader. Like you know why a trade failed, you can tell why a trade failed, why a trade didn't fail. That's for someone who has gotten his edge. Because when you get your edge, it doesn't mean you start making money immediately. It doesn't work like that. You got your edge, okay, you say, okay, this is what I need to do to make X amount, to make Y amount, to make profit in this particular trade. Yes, you already know that. You already know your risk appetite. You know what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do. That's it. So that's the importance of patience and discipline in trading. Without those two things, that's like the foundation, like you're building a house without a foundation. You just go into the woods and you just start laying blocks on the ground and you build a three-story building. It will obviously collapse. That's what happened to you. The last one is confirmation. So for confirmation, I will need to go into the charts, show you why our confirmation is important using demand and supply. Let's you can see my chart, right? Basically using demand and supply. So for confirmation, right? You see, let's use this particular chart for instance. Let's say well we need to wait for confirmation. And this is where we are focusing on. When we focus on these two sides. And we see that price is coming towards this angle. So it means the price has touched it before. You mark here. Remember when you're marking, right? Your wick is very, very important. The market price hadn't gotten to the price just came here, tested this particular zone, and we now anticipated that price will come here. You get this side, so we draw our zone. So when price comes here and breaks out, you already know that this price is at probably the price is ranging here. Let's move the price is ranging, and probably your strategies you know how to trade this ranging market. So you come here, you say okay, you know that price will always respect this level. The price comes here and breaks it. This is called liquidity grab, liquidity sweep, or it's called manipulation. The price comes here and clear it. That's one of the importance of always having patience before you enter a trade. You must be very patient. You must learn how like it should be part of your strategy. There's certain indication like certain candlesticks, certain um, probably chart patterns that you trade, or fair value or liquidity gap or other block, whatever you trade. So you know that price ranges, the price won't break here. The moment price does this and breaks in here, you go for a you go for a sell. See, that is your strategy. Then you put your sell here and you put your stop above this previous high. There. Then you target, then obviously you target this low, this side, around here. You target it because of this side. Price must react around here. You see, right? As you can see how the trade played out. I'm saying this is your strategy, and um, this is a 1:8, 70. It's almost a 1:2.5, 1:2 point. It's 1:2.7 hours. So that is that is how like you build a strategy, you build an edge. But it takes time to understand this concept. It doesn't happen overnight. But with iteration, with trial, with practice, we obviously get get the hang of it. It won't happen overnight. You have to put in the work. You have to have a lot of super. Initially, when you start training, you spend a lot of time on the chat because then you're trying to understand what's happening because there's many things. But with if you have a mentor obviously guides you on the things to focus on. But without a mentor, you'll be all over the place. That's bad. You don't want to do that. So that is this is it for let's go to let's go back to our topic. This is our topic. If you can see that yeah, gold has broken out in the weekly. So there's a probability that gold will come back and test this place, then shoot up. Gold has really gone up. Well, so we're expecting gold will really go. So as the topic said, news trading and why discipline, patience, and waiting for confirmation is crucial to define your trading edge. A trading edge is just the skill you've acquired, the information, data you've gotten over time in the market. That's your trading edge. How you execute your strategy. How whenever you see your confirmation, your entry confirmation, that all the trade meets your criteria, then you execute as a trading edge. It's not something spiritual. It's something you build over time. That is called your trading edge. Hope you get. So obviously, I'm trying to educate people because I know the dangers of going to the market blindly. It obviously hurts you. You might not know now, but it will obviously hurt you. So be careful how you really go into the market. Not make any mistake. Trading can make you, and at the same time it can break you. So you do not want it to break you. And if you are going to trading, I advise you to please use a mentor. Do not go into. I went into it without a mentor. That's bad. So it took me more than 5 years to actually get an edge. So my edge, I'm refining my edge now to be so I can be one and whole with my edge. So that's what I do. So if you want to go into trading, it's not a scam. It's real. You know, anybody tell you that trading is a scam. Trading is no. Trading works. It's a business of probability, as we call it, a game of probability. But trading works very, very not allow anybody lie to you that trading does not work, trading is a scam, this is that. It's like trading works very well. It works. You just need to know what to you need to know what to look out go using the route of mentorship. Please, if you don't have a mentor, you're not going to train. So that's I see I don't have any questions for today, so I think we'll call it a day, and then I'll see you guys in my next class. Please like and share the video. I beg you guys to like and share the videos, and see you guys in the next class. Have a good night, huh?